Hello, and welcome back to another episode of JV Sports Corner, where we call for your professional sports inquiries and possibly debate them. I'm Jon Valentini, and let's open the floor to our first caller. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing good. What is your question for me?
All right. I was just wondering where you think, if they get traded, where Terry McLaurin and Micah Parsons are going to end up.
I mean, that's a great question. Both have been rather stagnant in their trades. I mean, Jerry Jones just decides not to pay Micah Parsons. Terry McLaurin is his own separate issue. I do want to start with Terry McLaurin, though. I mean, before we get into where I think he's best fit, I want to say I think it's rather ridiculous. Throughout Terry McLaurin's almost a stud of a career, he has gone for thousands of yards, multiple seasons, through multiple QBs that have been extremely lackluster, Sam Howell, all these guys that just wouldn't meet up to the challenge, and they finally get their franchise guy. They finally get Jaden Daniels, and now he decides he wants out. I think he's bluffing. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
He has to be bluffing, in my opinion. However, the best fit for me, I would say, for both ends would be the Tennessee Titans. I think Tam Ward needs more weapons. He has Calvin Ridley. He has Westbrook and DK. He has their star tight end, Okonkwo, who I think can be great with a great quarterback such as Cam Ward and not Will Levis or whoever else there is. With Terry McLaurin, I think they could succeed, and I think that would give Terry McLaurin another chance with another star quarterback or future star quarterback. However, again, I think it's a bluff. I think at the end of the day, they will pay him. He's been seen smiling, walking around with the owner at training camp. He will get paid. He will be a commander for honestly the rest of his career. I could see it. However, I can't say the same about Micah Parsons. Jerry Jones, as we all know, is an extremely senile, old individual.
Agreed.
And he doesn't know how to make the right decisions. He doesn't know who to pay at what times. And I think that's really reflective on Micah Parsons' contract here. I don't think Micah Parsons will be a Cowboy. He has previously stated that he wants to be. He has. But I don't think he stays. The biggest player for me that I think Micah Parsons should and can go to is the New England Patriots. I think they have the cap space. I think they have what's necessary for him to grow even further than what he already has. And they're a growing franchise to begin with. They just drafted Will Campbell. They have Drake May. They have Stephon Diggs. They have all these weapons. But on defense, they have some big names such as Christian Gonzalez. But to upgrade it with someone like Micah Parsons would be absolute insanity. So overall, I think Terry McLaurin stays put, but Micah Parsons, that man is gone. All Cowboys fans should be worried, and all Patriots fans should be rather excited if what I'm saying goes to plan.
Yeah, I mean, as a Cowboy fan, not too happy about what's going on with Micah, but
Hey, sucks to suck.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for calling. I hope you have an amazing day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. All right, I believe we have our next caller. Hello? Hello? Is anybody there?
Hello?
Hi, how's it going?
I'm doing good. My question for you is, in your opinion, who has stood out the most to you in NFL training camp?
Now, NFL training camp, I think, is one of my favorite parts of the preseason. I think the preseason games are nice. You get to see the rookies play, but I love watching training camp, really watching those guys, mold, get their chemistry together, especially with the rookies. So I have been watching it extremely intently, and I'm really glad you asked that question, honestly. For me, I would say I have three players that I would definitely watch out for that maybe some people aren't exactly looking out for. I want to say the Falcons have had a lot of coverage recently. I think through their training camp, a lot of people on social media, a lot of PR teams have all come together and talked a lot about the Falcons in general, specifically Kyle Pitts, and who I want to talk about is Michael Penix Jr. Now, Michael Penix Jr., he began shadowing under Kirk Cousins, shadowing under that veteran, as rookie quarterbacks should. We've come to a point where people expect too much out of rookies. They expect rookies to come in on day one and just to produce for their teams, and I don't think that's possible. However, the Falcons took the right direction. They drafted that quarterback. They secured that quarterback. great out of college, by the way, for Washington. And they additionally picked up Kirk Cousins. So they gave him that season to be mentored, to give him time, unlike Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, and all those others. Now I'm looking into training camp, and Penix Jr. looks astounding. He has that foundation. I mean, you just want to look at it. Drake London, Darnell Mooney, even their wide receiver 3 I think is solid, 4 being that 3 slot. Ray McLeod III. Bijan, and now Kyle Pitts, who has not been getting any love whatsoever, especially when he's under quarterbacks such as Desmond Ridder and Kirk Cousins, who weren't as strong. I'm looking into training camp. I'm seeing Penix openly say that he's targeting Kyle Pitts, that absolute stud out of Florida. And I am confident that the Falcons will do good under him. And honestly, a lot of people don't believe in him. But through what I see and through the mentoring that he had through legend Kirk Cousins, I am utterly confident that Michael Penix Jr. will have a breakout year and show everybody that he can be the Falcons franchise quarterback. He can be the next Matt Ryan. Another player I want to look at is rookie running back Omarion Hampton. Now, I'm not saying he's a sleeper by any means. I mean, the traction that he gets is all well-deserved. And when he was drafted, I was extremely surprised. I thought J.K. Dobbins was their guy, to be honest. But when I drafted, I was very confused. I know they have a solid backup as well in Najee Harris, who used to be the starter for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But I wasn't entirely confident in their decision. Watching the reps he takes in training camp completely proved me, and I think any other doubter, wrong. I think he's been able to run the ball extremely well. He's been able to get past that defense, especially in a defense such as the Chargers with Derwin James Jr. and all that. I mean, it is just legendary to see. That man, if he stays with the Chargers, he will be legendary for them. Now, another player I do want to mention is Tyjae Spears, the backup running back for the Titans. Now, here's the thing about Tyjae Spears. He's under Tony Pollard, who was a legend for the Cowboys. He did amazing under them. He started to perform a little bit less than usual, and all of a sudden they dropped him. They sent him to the Titans, not that great of a team, but now they're under Cam Ward. Now things have shifted. They started firing coaches, firing coordinators, getting those guys in. And what I've also seen is that Tyjae Spears is getting the primary amount of reps at the starting running back for the Titans. And I think, honestly, it's good to let go of Tony Pollard. That's a heavy name to let go. But I think it's time to give Tyjae Spears that love because he really does deserve it. He really does get those reps in day to day, and he gets the job done. When he was the backup running back for the Titans, he got the job done when he was put in. Finally, the last player that I would like to mention would be more of a dishonorable mention, and that would be to Caleb Williams and Tyler Show. Tyler Show is the rookie quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, and he was sadly put in that position because Derek Carr retired a little bit prematurely, in my opinion, but that's for another day to discuss. I think Tyler Show is not nearly ready, NFL ready whatsoever. He should be a third string on any team, yet they're throwing him out here as a starter. With what backup? Spencer Rattler? I think the Saints, their cap space is cooked. Their quarterback situation is terrible. Their wide receivers can't stay healthy. The Saints, I would be surprised if the Saints won more than 2 games. That's their ceiling, is 2 wins. And that's embarrassing for what they've been doing. Another dishonorable mention would be to Caleb Williams. He was seen having a meltdown after a drill in training camp. And it was a simple drill as well. He just couldn't hit his passes. And he starts whining and moaning. Oh, woe is me. You are a professional quarterback. He's been doing this since he was at USC. And people expect him to just man up, to be able to be that guy, but he isn't. It's a mental thing at the end of the day. He can't handle the pressure of being, especially in a franchise such as the Bears, their starting quarterback. And I had faith in the Bears. I have faith with the coordinators they have. I have faith in Colston Loveland, but I don't have faith in Caleb Williams. And I think that's the root of the cause of any sorrows that they could have during the season. I do think they have a higher ceiling. They could get 8, 9 wins, maybe even slide into the playoffs. but I'm not nearly as confident in that as I am with any of these other guys. Thank you so much for calling.
You guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, am I through?
Hello?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I just wanted to ask him, who won the trade-off deadline?
Is that for the MLB?
Yes, that's for the MLB. By the way, I'm a huge fan. I've been listening to you for years.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right. So to get into the MLB trade deadline, I would have to start by saying this is definitely one of the more elite ones. The more, I was sitting at the edge of my seat waiting for that MLB trade deadline notification on my phone. Every single trade honestly had me baffled. I'm sure a lot of teams, whether you were buying or selling, got extremely disappointed by some of your favorite players leaving. I mean, quite like I just did with the NFL training camp, I'm going to shoot out a quick dishonorable mention because I love doing that, honestly. And that's going to go to the Red Sox. And no hate, I am a Yankees fan. There is bias, but not right here because even Red Sox fans are saying this. The entire season, they spent their time saying, we're going to be buyers by this trade deadline. We're going to get those players. They didn't get anything. No big names. They almost had Joe Ryan. But overall, they didn't do anything by the trade deadline. Their team remains stagnant. If they want to get over the hump in this extremely competitive AL East, they have to do something. They have to fill in those gaps. I mean, Garrett Crochet can't do it alone as their main starter, even though he does absolutely astounding. To have Joe Ryan would have been amazing. Now the Twins, they sold a lot, and obviously they couldn't go along with selling, especially when they give up 18 guys. They can't also give up their starting pitcher, Joe Ryan. But still.
Oh, come on, man. No. That's not true.
If you're going to give up 18 guys, if you're the Twins, and you're going to give up 18 of your star players on your 44-man roster, or your 40-man roster, my apologies, you can't give up your starting pitcher along with all those other guys. I mean, I'm glad you kept Byron Buxton, but
that's an insane amount of people. I mean, come on, man. Are you serious?
Exactly.
So, I mean, me personally, I don't know how it's gonna go, but thanks, man. I like your insight. All right.
Thanks so much. Now, I do want to get into who won, though.
All right, go ahead. Tell me.
I want to answer that question.
Yeah, I want to answer that question.
Yeah. So the three teams that I have in mind here. I'm going to start off with the Mariners. I would say the biggest thing, they didn't do much, but they really locked down that corner infield. They got Eugenio Suarez, who's been batting amazing, should have been the starting all-star for the NL, and Josh Naylor, both off of the Diamondbacks, actually. I would say they come in third. If I'm going to give them a place, I'd give them third. I'm going to be quick here. I'm going to go over to the Yankees. The Yankees, I would love to sit here and say, we won. We won again. Because we made amazing moves. We got our relievers down. We got Jake Bird, Camilo Doval, David Bednar. We filled in that gap after releasing DJ LeMahieu with Ryan McMahon, who has been hitting well. And then we had that bullpen meltdown against the Marlins, which really showed me that we can't get it done. It's something about those New York relievers. Devin Williams couldn't step up. Jonathan Loáisiga, he's been doing solid, but he hasn't nearly performed as much as I would wish. Luis Gil comes back off of injury, doesn't do well. He's not even a reliever. I'm just saying generally with pitching. And I would put the Yankees up at number one just by those names, except they've already moved Jake Bird down to AAA. Camilo Doval, I would love to have him. He's the Dominican guy. He's the guy that comes in there with the hype music, kind of like Johan Duran, kind of like kind of like Gregory Soto. Those guys come in there and they bring the hype. They're that closer. They bring it with the music and the confidence. Except he pitched .2 innings and let up 4 runs. So I would have to give the winner of this to the New York Mets. They also locked down the relievers, even though it was so strong to begin with. They got Tyler Rogers, Ryan Hesley, and Gregory Soto. Those are 3 huge names. And unlike the Yankees, those guys have been proven to perform. Another thing that people were talking about is they wanted to lock down that center field position. And I think, honestly, they did the perfect job. They were talking about Luis Robert. That guy was not the move. That guy didn't nearly perform enough, didn't nearly try enough. And to pick up Cedric Mullins instead, I mean, shout out Campbell University for creating such a solid player. But Cedric Mullins, honestly, was the best case scenario in general. So overall, I have to say the Mets 100% won this trade deadline. As disappointed as I am to say that, the Mets are scary. They have gone 1-9 since the trade deadline, but with those pickups, after they get out of this slump, they should be set for October. Thank you so much.
All right, that sounds good. Awesome, man. Big fan. All right, look forward to the next one.
All right, have a great day. Well, sadly, that's all the time we have for you today, so we'll end it right here. I will see you guys next week, and as always, if you have any inquiries, please shoot out an email. I'm Jon Valentini, signing off.